Now that you've jacked up the car, the next thing to do is make sure that you remove the air filter housing. Sometimes it may not be necessary, but sometimes you may need to remove the air filter housing so that you can be able to access the gear selector shaft. This gear selector shaft needs to be locked up so that when you are now changing the gear oil, it doesn't move anything. So you need to, I don't know if you can see it very well. Here is the gear selector shaft, this. So you need to press down the gear selector shaft and turn this rod upside down, because now it's looking on the other side. Now you need to turn this, onto the top so that it faces the top. This is the thing that you need to turn upside, because now it's looking on the other side. Now you need to turn it out to the other side. So I'm not able to do that right now while I'm holding the phone. I'm just trying to show you what you need to do. So you need to press down the gear selector shaft, and when you press it down, you turn this up so that it locks the gear selector shaft. Then after doing that, we're gonna move on to the next step. So this is what I need to do right now. I need to lock this up, then go down and find the drain plug for the gearbox oil. So that's what I'm going to do right now. This is another crucial step to do when you want to change your gear oil. Also, another thing that you need to make sure is that your car is not hot, because the gearbox also gets hot, so the oil might be burning you when you try to change it. So make sure your car is really cold so that you don't get to have any issues. So now that you've locked the gear selector shaft, you need to find the special tool, which is 17mm X nut, which is going to be used to unplug the drain plug. So you're going to need this to unscrew the drain plug. So I'm not sure if it's focusing enough, but yeah. So right now I'm under the car, and the drain plug is this one right here. So this is the drain plug for the gear oil, and to fill up the oil you need to remove the fill plug. So the fill plug is at the front of the gearbox, and the drain plug is at the bottom of the gearbox. So this is the drain plug, and this is the fill plug. So I'm just gonna go ahead right now and unscrew the drain plug so that I can drain the gear oil. So the gearbox oil is just finishing up to drain, so we'll then go ahead and replace the drain plug, or you can just use the old drain plug if you want to, but I'm just going to replace the drain plug, then go on and fill the new gearbox oil. The capacity of this container is about 2 liters. Look at the amount of gear oil that is in the container. So it's not even up to 1 liter, because 1 liter should be somewhere around here. This is just below a liter, maybe by 100 milliliters. So this was not enough, so I'm glad I did this job so that I can just put up the correct oil and the correct capacity. So I'm just going to finish up and see what's next. So now that we've done draining the gear oil, now I'm just gonna put back the drain plug and then wipe up the surface area near the drain plug so that it gets nice and clean. So the torque spec for the drain plug is 25 Newton meters, so I don't have a normal torque wrench, so I'm just going to use my mental torque wrench because I don't have a torque wrench on my tool, so I'm just going to use the mental one. I'm trying to measure up 25 Newton meters with my mental torque wrench, so that's what I'm trying to do right now. So right now I'm just going to give the surface area a little bit of a clean. I need to unlock the gear selector shaft that I've locked. Okay, now I've then turned back the lever to its original position because I was not able to do it while filming because this requires 2 hands, so I just did it off camera. I'm sorry about that, but I did it off camera. Then now the gear selector shaft is back into its original position, and now the gears can now start engaging. So there is the lever that you need to turn up so that you can be able to drain all the oil, then turn it back to its original position so that the gears can start engaging. So the oil that I'm going to be using is Fabi Bilstein SAE75W GL4 gear oil. So this is the oil that I'm going to be using. This is a 1 liter bottle, so I have 2 of them because the gearbox takes about 1.7 liters of gear oil, so I'm going to have 2 of them. Then I'm gonna put them back in. So to put them back in, I have to use a pump. Here is the pump, so I'm going to be using it to pump the oil into the gearbox. This pipe will go onto the gearbox container, then it will go back into this pump, then there will be another pipe which goes off from here onto the gearbox. This is too much. I'm gonna pump you. So we have now located the fill plug. Now what we need to do is to untighten the fill plug, then put on the pipe on here so that we can be able to replace the gear oil. I've been struggling with getting the plug loose. Now I just went to get another thing, which is going maybe to help. Yeah, we're now totally empty. Now what I'm gonna do is put back the hose onto this hole, then pump using the pump that I've just shown you. This needs to go in here. So after filling up the first liter, just try to make sure that you drive the car a bit, maybe just for 1 kilometer, so that the gear oil can then shift from the gearbox onto the gears. Then you can also top it up after that. So right now I'm just going to drive the car just a bit forward and a bit back. What I'm going to do right now is just to put back the fuel plug. When I've done that, I will be sure that the oil has now then moved from the gearbox sump onto the gears. Now I'm just going to then open up the fuel plug again, then top up just to make sure that we have not underfilled the gear oil. As you can see right now, it's no longer dripping, to show that the gear oil is now dissipated onto the other gear, so you need to fill up again. So we've filled up enough right now, so I'm just trying to get to close the hole before the oil is out. When you've now filled up the oil, just make sure that you torque up the fuel plug to 25 Newton meters. Just trying to torque up the fuel plug to 25 Newton meters. Like I said, I don't have a physical torque wrench, so I'm just going to use my mental torque wrench. Now you just clean up the surface area just to make sure everything is clean and nice. Now that's it for today's video, guys. See you on the next one.
I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay.